Hi everyone, I'm Ken Efseroff and welcome to New to the Street. On today's show, this month on New to the Street's Exploring the Block, we welcome Docademic back to the show and want to congratulate them on this month's cover of Forbes Mexico. And LQDEX with Yogeshi Srihari. Stick around, New to the Street starts right now. Welcome to New to the Street. I'm Ken Efseroff. Now, first up today, Mexico-based Docademic is back in the house. CEO Charles Nader, Chief Technology Officer Arturo Diaz, and Blockchain Strategic Advisor James Sowers, all on set. Gentlemen, welcome back to New to the Street.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure. So, explain to us, Charles, for people looking in for the first time and who may have missed your previous interviews here on New to the Street, what Docademic is all about.
Docademic is a healthcare data company. We use different methods to acquire data from the general population. Our main service is a free telemedicine service for the general population, just an open service that you download an app, register, press a button, talk to a doctor for free 24 hours a day. We basically do data analysis on that data, and we have clients in government and private industry. Just recently we launched our psychological service, which is basically the same thing: download, register, press a button, talk to a psychologist for psychological therapy.
Now, what do you get out of doing this? Because you guys are helping people right now, and you have the blockchain and crypto behind it.
Yeah.
So it's a special intertwined mix of two different things that I haven't seen anywhere else in crypto.
The beauty of what we do is that we can provide an excellent service for the general population, and we have a business model that makes it sustainable. We also have a token economy integrated into the service, so this rewards people for giving us more data. And the other aspect that's really important is using blockchain. Blockchain technology makes data use transparent. It's just the best balance between doing something really good for humanity and at the same time giving a sustainable business model to
Making a difference.
Yeah.
Arturo, the technology and the transformation that everything's happened with Docademic and how everything's intertwined, it's really amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We have been working for the last year with artificial intelligence first, and then when it came to us the opportunity to integrate the blockchain, we found out that it would be a great innovation to bring those two technologies that are different and work together.
What makes this so special to you, being involved with Charles and a company like Docademic?
I really love the idea, the vision. It's right now part of me, and I am really passionate about technology. I love technology. So when I find out that we can do something for the people and mix both of the technologies, I thought this is what I want to do.
James, it's really special what they're doing here.
It is. Getting behind founders and teams that it's their life's work and they're actually doing something good. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
Charles, can you give us some details about Cool Emotions with the new psychological support service that you guys are doing? Because that's very special and very different.
We know that not everyone, especially younger people, for example, needs to see a doctor. You know, young people, they're healthy usually, but there's always a need for some sort of psychological guidance. And that's why it was so important that we launched this service also. If you combine the data from psychology with medical data, it just opens up a whole new world of information that we can use to improve people's lives. We're going to do a demonstration right now, but it's basically a wonderful service. Up until now, since we launched it a few days ago, it's had amazing feedback. So people are really using it, and it's just great to have someone to talk to.
Now, James, this is something totally different on the blockchain, offering mental health services. I mean, a lot of coins and tokens that are out there have nothing backing them, but this is something really serious that affects people all over the world.
Like, this is the first time anything like this will ever be done. So it's kind of rewriting history as we go along. And as time goes on, Docademic is going to keep rewriting history.
So Charles, let's take a look at Cool Emotions. I'm excited here.
Sure. This is Arturo's phone. Basically, it's the app. You select it right here. It opens it up. It's similar to Docademic. It's the same platform. There's a couple of differences. We actually ask you a couple of questions in Cool Emotions because there's a big variety of psychological and emotional issues. So the same as Docademic. You just press this button. It takes us to the second part, which basically is asking you select a category of what your issue is. There's emotional, social, sexual, work issues, family issues, nutrition, all types of stuff. I selected addictions. We'll do alcohol and continue. Now from here on out, it starts searching. It starts sending petitions to our call center. When the psychologist is ready, he or she will initiate the call. So right now the phone's ringing. It's ready, and you just put initiate. So right now it's connecting.
So she is now in Mexico.
Yeah, this is right now with our service. It's currently offered in 20 countries. It's connecting right now, as you can see.
And there she is.
Hola Arturo, bienvenido a Cool Emotions, un espacio creado para ti. Soy Jennifer Martínez.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. Estamos probando, doctora. Gracias. Anyways, it's same as Docademic. It gives you a treatment.
Really, really fantastic. What has the response been by the medical community on something like this? Well, it's so new, they might not even...
Well, we had probably some of the most renowned experts in psychology help us to make the protocols. One of the things was, we take always in anything we do, we take a very scientific approach. We're scientists ourselves. It's all science. So, like I mentioned, the fact is we came to the conclusion that we had to use cognitive behavioral psychology because of the fact of the format that it's in. You're talking to an individual face-to-face, one-on-one. You can't do couples therapy. You can't do group therapy. And it's a different kind of way. Also, we need to measure results. We need to see there's a progress. So the fact that someone can tell you when you get angry, for example, with someone, think about this or use this exercise to do it. You can measure that kind of progress. And that's part of cognitive behavioral psychology. It's faster to do it that way, and we're constantly, like in Docademic, we just started the psychological service, but it's in constant optimization, and so it's something that we're still learning.
And this will also be available in English-speaking countries as well?
Yes, it will be. We're launching it as well in the U.S. Soon, as well, just like Docademic, we launched in the U.S. So basically, it's the same thing. We're going to be offering it in California starting, and then the rest of the U.S. And before the year ends, or soon after the next year, we should already have it working in Europe too.
Now, since last we spoke, there are a couple of really interesting, fabulous things for Docademic that have gone on that you're involved with personally. A famous magazine, and the acquisition of a new name for the company. Tell me about that.
Well, I'll start with the magazine. Last time, I think we mentioned it, but we're on the cover of Forbes magazine in Latin America, Central America. This month, we'll be on the cover of the Mexican version. It's a big honor for us. The people from Forbes have helped us out a lot. They're really supporting what we do. And we also purchased doc.com, doc.com, which basically encapsulates all our services from now in the future. Psychological and health, or medical, and all other future services that we have in the works. So basically, doc.com, what that provides for us is it's the defining category for doctor. Anywhere in the world, you can just say doc, and people know what that means. Even in most languages in the world. So it was very important for us to have that international presence with something that's very, very easy to understand.
James, that's huge to have that kind of name, especially in crypto and the blockchain. It's like unheard of to get that in 2018.
It's incredible, just in general for business. People go to doc.com, that's like the gold standard.
Yeah.
What's next? What's in the pipeline for doc.com?
Well, we're launching the psychological service in the U.S. next within the next few months. We're also, before the year ends, we plan on being launched in Europe. So those are two really significant things. We're also we're increasing our token economy, which means that we're adding more products to our marketplace and adding more users that receive it and stuff. Right now, currently in the Android version of the app, both in Cool Emotions and Docademic, you can get rewarded with our cryptocurrency by using it, by providing us with more information, more data. So basically, increasing that amount of the amount of people that interact with the token economy, that's one of the main things, and we have partnerships in the works that are going to increase that dramatically. So we believe that if we can get these things done, we could be one of the largest crypto economies in the world, you know, in a short period.
Well, we thank you very much for coming back to us here on New to the Street. Please come back to New York again and keep us up to date on what's going on with Doc.com, because the sky's the limit for you guys.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure, Charles.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to New to the Street. I'm Ken Evseroff. Now, Santa Monica-based LQDEX joins me to explain their unique decentralized approach to cryptocurrency. With us are LQDEX's CEO, Yogesh Srihari, and Chief Technical Officer, Sergey Nikitin. Also joining me is Blockchain Strategic Advisor, James Sowers. All you guys, welcome to the show. Welcome back. Welcome here for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, for the first time, for people just looking in, what is LQDEX and how did you guys bring it to fruition? And also, how'd you get the name?
LQDEX is a name that's derived because all decentralized exchanges on Ethereum and other blockchains had no liquidity. And we wanted to make sure that our exchange has enough liquidity. And that's why we named it LQDEX. So that's how we got the name. The other part of what we are is we can trade all kinds of assets, all kinds of digital assets. Right now, we start with trading blockchain-based assets, and we are a cross-blockchain trading platform, which is something that doesn't exist on the market at this point.
James, how can we dummy this down and make it so the average viewer can understand what he's talking about with LQDEX?
Basically, we can just explain basically with the exchanges, and a lot of the exchanges that are decentralized, they call, basically there's not a lot of liquidity. So what LQDEX is doing is they're providing a bridge to liquidity.
Sergey, what makes LQDEX different from everybody else in the space, and why is it more advantageous to use your tokens?
Mm-hmm. So the main difference is kind of what you touched on a little bit, is all decentralized exchanges now, they only work on a single blockchain. For example, EtherDelta only works with Ethereum and ERC20 tokens. But there are many, many other cryptocurrencies out there. There's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, and so forth. So what LQDEX is doing is allowing to trade in a trustless way all types of blockchain assets against each other. So Bitcoin can be traded for Ethereum in a trustless way, and that has never been done before. So that's the main advantage of LQDEX.
Now let me touch on what he just said. He used the word trustless. I've never heard that in business, but the term trustless means trust no one, but you guys are taking it in a different direction. What does he mean?
So trustless is spelled in a meaning where you don't have to trust a third party holding your funds because you hold your own funds. You trust the code. So the code actually that runs holds your funds and does the trade for you. And that's the way trustless is spelled in blockchain world.
So LQDEX is the place where you'll be able to have interconnectivity with all the other exchanges.
That is where we come to the question of LQDEX Bridge. What we are building is a small component of LQDEX called LQDEX Bridge. Bridge is a way to bridge different exchanges. Currently, for example, as Sergey was mentioning, EtherDelta, you cannot trade Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, any of those. So by using Bridge, you should be able to trade those on EtherDelta.
James, what type of exchanges exist in the spectrum right now, and how is LQDEX unique from the others?
Well, there's a number of centralized and exchanges that they say they're decentralized, but I always say there's a degree of decentralization. So LQDEX is going to be the most decentralized of all exchanges.
How does Bridge add value to LQDEX? And how does that mean LQDEX can increase their revenue streams, like the monetization? Talk to me about how you guys make money.
So if you buy LQDEX tokens, stake it on the bridge, then you should be able to make money for deposits and withdrawals. That's how collators make money. So basically, we are collators initially. Then anyone can be a collator. That's how it's decentralized, because anyone can buy our tokens and become a collator, essentially.
So you're bridging the gap between people who want to buy and sell and streamlining everything.
Correct. So there are users who use EtherDelta, and they're frustrated that they cannot trade Bitcoin because they have a bunch of Bitcoin and they have a bunch of tokens. And boom, you use Bridge, you start trading Bitcoin.
that you need to write down.
So what do I get for using LQDEX? How is it going to help me as an end user if I want to use your tokens versus someone else's tokens? And
How I would define this is define a utility function. If using LQDEX versus not using LQDEX, what's better essentially? So I would define if it's 50, 20, 50 to 100% more improvement than the existing ones, then yes, you should be using LQDEX.
Sergey, for people who want to try and understand the technology behind LQDEX and exchanges, how they work, can you give me a brief synopsis of what's going on when you actually buy and where the coin goes and how you guys see it?
As you know, there are already trustless exchanges on a single blockchain, which work with Ethereum, ERC20 tokens, and so forth. So the way LQDEX works is we have our own blockchain. It's called LQDEX blockchain, and all assets such as Bitcoin and so forth are represented by a proxy token on our blockchain. And that's how you can trade in a trustless way with a smart contract. But there is another component to it is, okay, so you trade proxy tokens, but now you have to cash out the proxy token into your real asset. That has to be also done in a trustless way. And that's where the LQDEX innovation comes in. We use it collators, and it's also a decentralized piece of LQDEX, how you can cash out proxy token into your real asset also in a trustless way.
Can I add something to his
Absolutely.
So it's a good analogy. If you go to a casino, you don't trade with your real, you don't gamble with your real money. You buy the chips. These chips are the proxy tokens.
Do you think regular cash is going to go away?
Yes, absolutely. At least that's the future we are betting on.
So, which brings me to my next question about LQDEX making money. Let's talk about revenue streams and how you guys monetize.
Absolutely. Sergey, do you want to talk about the revenue streams?
Yeah, okay. So we have three potential revenue streams with LQDEX. Number one, of course, if you hold LQDEX token, it's expected to be to appreciate as the demand for LQDEX services increases. The second revenue stream is our company will operate a couple of a few collators to process the deposit and withdrawal transactions and also the trades. And lastly, we are developing LQDEX as an open platform. So we're expecting an ecosystem of other blockchains and other assets, could be stocks or anything, actually real estate, plugging in to a blockchain. And for them, they might need help with developing interfaces between their systems, between their blockchains and LQDEX. So the third revenue stream would be the app ecosystem. Yeah.
So you guys don't care where the money comes from as long as it comes. You don't care what currency is, people, because this is not just the U.S. thing. This is a worldwide event. What's going on with
Absolutely.
blockchain right now?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yogesh Srihari, CEO of LQDEX. Thanks for coming in. Sergey Nikitin and James Sowers. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us here.
It's our pleasure. Up next, we talk with Zantepay. We'll be right back. Welcome back to New to the Street. I'm Ken Epsaroff. You know, Zantepay is here to show off their unique cryptocurrency multi-wallet and how their unique pay systems integrate into everyday commerce. Mardo So is the company's CEO, and he joins us now from the other side of the world in Estonia. Mardo, welcome to New to the Street.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here again. Thank you for the invitation for the interview. I'm Mardo. I'm the CEO and founder of Zantepay. Exactly.
Can you tell me, Mardo, about Zantepay?
So we're building the most advanced cryptocurrency multi-wallet integrated with a debit card. The Zantepay project started because there's actually two founders. It's me and Lena. And we started this project because we actually invested into crypto like more than a year ago. And then we ended up in a situation where we wanted to spend crypto. And by the time there was a couple of available card systems, and all of them, they were working only with Bitcoins. So basically we see the problem that everybody have the same problem, that everybody wants to spend more than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins. So that is the reason why we actually started with Zantepay projects to bring cryptocurrency to the mainstream and have more possibilities to spend crypto in everyday things.
Oh, interesting. What places can you actually use the card and spend the crypto? What retailers accept it, or what organizations?
So basically, as you said as well, that we're based on Estonia, and actually we have like a cooperation bank over here in Estonia that can provide us the cards. But the card, it's a debit card, so basically you should be able to spend crypto everywhere where a card is available or a card is acceptable. So all the places.
Can you expand on your statement that Zantepay is the most advanced platform in the world? How is it the most advanced, and how do you separate it from everybody else in the space?
Definitely, that's a good question. In our Zantepay platform, we use most advanced video verification. We are totally compliant with the EU regulations. So in our video verification solution, users are identified at same level. You usually go to the regular bank, then you have this face-to-face meeting to open a bank account. So our users are verified same level as you do it in bank. So that's why we are one of the most advanced platforms currently available.
How many users does Zantepay have currently?
Currently, we have around 6,000 people around in our Zantepay ecosystem.
Are you a believer that crypto will eventually replace every type of conventional currency?
I think in future there will be just like more different possibilities. There will be like definitely euro. There will be definitely like USD. But for the people, there will be like more possibilities. Either they use euro or USD, or either they use crypto. One of the things what I see today happening, some of new startups or online stores, they basically have solution where you can buy different phones or different things. You can only buy those through crypto. So I think in future there will be like way more possibilities. People can choose it. Either they want to use crypto or euro or USD. Are
you guys listed on any exchanges yet?
Yes, our ICO just finished, and actually our CP token will be tradable on hotbit.io first. Our trading time is 24th of August.
Can you tell me about your release schedule and where you are in your company's product development?
Okay. We have two main product development categories. One is our Zantepay platform, what is like 70% ready. We have like the verification in place. We are compliant with the EU regulations. Our security is in place. Our database is on place, and now we have under finalizing like development of wallets and testing. So I would say Zantepay platform is 70% ready, and our second category is decentralized multi-wallet. This is what we have in alpha version of it.
Is it better to be centralized or decentralized?
I think it depends on the product. For some product, there is better to be centralized. There is some, let's say when we're building this card system, this can be only centralized system. But once we are looking into decentralized multi-wallet, I think this is really beneficial for Asia and the India market, where everybody's using mobile phones. So it depends really on the market and really on the product. But yeah, that's what it is.
I guess you guys are being used in Estonia, but do you plan to move into the USA and other locations where you may need to get money transmission license and things of those nature?
Yes. Currently, we are compliant with the EU regulations. Our debit card solution is meant for EU markets, and our decentralized multi-wallet is for the global reach.
What is your goal for adoption of the Zantepay platform and Zpay?
Our goal is to target more than 1 billion people globally.
1 billion people. That's a lot. That's a lot of revenue for Zantepay.
Our goal is to bring cryptocurrency to the mainstream.
And staying on the subject of streams, the last question: the different types of revenue streams Zantepay gets are from where?
Revenue streaming. Basically, we have different ones. In the Zantepay platform, basically, when users are using debit card, this is where the revenue comes. We have exchange fees. And when people are actually paying those exchange fees for us with the CPay token, this will be like minus 50% of discount. And at the same time, we're focusing on building a strong ecosystem around CPay token. So basically, you should be able to spend CPay token everywhere you could think of. So basically, absolutely everywhere. Is it like through the debit card or is it through the online store?
So if people want to learn more about the company Zantepay, where do they go?
You should go to www.zantepay.com, sign up and use our product and test it and give us feedback, definitely.
Well, Mardo So, thank you very much for joining us all the way from Estonia today. We hope to have you back on New to the Street and keep us up to date on what's going on with Zantepay as the company continues to grow in the
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, Ken, for having me, and have a good day.
You know, if you would like more information on New to the Street, we have 2 ways you can get in touch with us. You can visit newtothestreet.com, click Get Me on TV, fill out the form, and one of our representatives will then get in touch with you. But wait, there's more. You can also call area code 631-465-0280, and you can speak to a live person. That's right, we have them too. That's it for now. For all of us here at New to the Street, I'm Ken Efseroff. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.